So, hello everyone. This is Arvind Shastri from ClearTax, and we are hosting a session for income tax filing for traders, hosted jointly by ClearTax and Zerodha. So, welcome on board, and looking forward to hosting the session for all of you. So, I'll start with a quick intro about ClearTax, and then we will move to what ClearTax has to offer for the traders, and then we will have a video which is about 30 minutes long, to wherein we'll take you step by step in terms of how you can file your returns through ClearTax, and followed by a quick Q&A. So that's how we'll go through this flow. Yeah. So a little bit about ClearTax. ClearTax is India's largest tax filing website. Over 15 lakh Indians file their returns through us every year, and we have filed returns for employees across in more than 40,000 companies. So we have a unique capability wherein we actually allow employees to upload their Form 16 and their Form 26AS, which is parsed on our platform, and thereby we are able to file their returns in very less time, which is what so we actually save a lot of time for users to file on our website. Typically, an average user will take less than like 7 minutes to file through our website. Along with that, we also have a very big network of chartered accountants who work with us. So we have a software for tax filing, which is used by over 5,000 chartered accountants across India, and they help. So they offer assisted services for people who are not able to file their own tax returns. So a little bit about our journey. Quickly, I'll just go through you. So we launched the ClearTax in 2011. Followed by a TDS. So this was launched by our founder Archit Gupta, along with two co-founders Srivatsan and Ankit. We proceeded to launch a TDS return software which has been used by banks and enterprises in 2012, and we also launched a cloud-based tax filing software for CAs and CA firms. We reached a milestone of 15 lakh taxpayers and 5,000 enterprises, and around 10,000 CAs who actually use our platform for filing returns. In 2016, we proceeded to launch our first automated tax savings platform, wherein for people who have filed the returns with us, we actually automate tax savings in specific equity-linked savings schemes and mutual funds on our platform. We have also launched India's first tax and compliance services platform, wherein we offer a very rich catalog of 40 plus services, including GST registration, tax filing, TDS, accounting, business incorporation, and other services through the platform. And of course, 2017 is the breakthrough year for India, so wherein the big regulatory reform GST is coming along, and we are very well preparing ourselves for that. We'll be launching the ClearTax GST software for businesses and chartered account and CAs. That is in progress, and it is due for launch later this year. So this is a bit about our journey. We have been innovating with new products every year, and that is also an evidence of some of the accolades that we have got from the media. So we have been some of the key investors include Y Combinator, which is the world's leading startup incubator. Sequoia and SAIF have invested in us. Along with that, we have the backing of Neeraj Arora from WhatsApp. We have the Dropbox VP also investing in us. So we have very strong connects with the Silicon Valley, and we continue to get their inputs and feedback in terms of improving the product and building up products and platform for us. We have been rated as the best tax filing website by the Economic Times and LiveMint, which are two India's leading business dailies. we've been really leaving our competitors far behind in terms of the tax filing experience that we give to our users. Recently, Entrepreneur India and Fortune India recognized our CEO and rated him as the top 35 entrepreneurs under 35. So that's a very significant achievement, and we're very proud of the team that is building the business and the products for us. And even the Karnataka government has actually nominated us as their official tax filing partner. So what we stand for? So we stand for three things. We stand for simplicity. Our products are very simple to use, very intuitive. Anybody can actually file their returns through us, in no time. We believe in ensuring that your data is safe, and we use the highest safety standards on our platform to ensure that the data security and privacy is maintained, and you never have to worry about it. And yes, we continue to innovate by launching newer and newer products, and which are integrated with third-party platforms. So in this case, the income tax portal, and going forward, the GST solution, which the GST API which the government has launched. So that is something that we continue to invest and build on. And how we believe that we are unique in the industry, we have a cloud-based software solution, which is something which wherein there's no requirement to download an XML or download a Java utility. You can file your returns completely online. We have an expertise in CAs who collaborate with us. We have rich experience across all the areas of practice, including income tax, service tax, excise, business incorporation, assessments, consultancy, accounting, and audit. So we have very rich experience across all these areas. We have a very strong in-house team which actually processes over 100,000 queries on taxes and compliance. So we have very rich intelligence in terms of the types of queries which typically come from traders, from businesses, professionals, and the salaried taxpayers. And we have been able to successfully address all these queries by our in-house team. And of course, we are very transparent in terms of our offering, in terms of the pricing. Everything is very much published on our website, so there are no hidden charges at all. So that's something that we really pride ourselves in. And that is something which is clearly called out by our customers. So our customers have been very happy, very satisfied, both with using our tax product for filing returns, and wherever they have wherever they have employed our services, engaged our services to file their returns, they've been very, very happy with the experience. And we continue to offer that kind of experience through our platform. So what does it mean for the financial traders? And this is where I'll get started. That what ClearTax has to offer to this community as a whole, and how you will be able to file an income tax return by yourself. So we have a trader called Vivek Vaid who is entering in. So he has always found the stock market to be very so we enter Vivek, the financial trader, and he has found the stock market volatility to be tricky, and he has not got his hands dirty so far on tax returns. So that's where we come in. So what is the profile of this trader? And this is a guy who invests in stocks and mutual funds. Possibly he's working somewhere, he's employed somewhere. He's also undertaking currency and commodity transactions, and also in doing intraday trading. He has many questions on tax, house property, trading in general. He's not sure about which tax form applies to him, or which regulation applies to him, whether he needs to get audit done, if he has losses, what is the tax treatment on that. So he's very much unsure about that. And he finds it difficult to file income tax returns, and he's concerned that if he does not file an appropriate return, he might receive notices from the tax department. So this is the typical profile, and this is where we will come in to help Vivek file his tax returns. And this is where so we have a video wherein we'll walk you step by step in terms of how you can file your tax return through ClearTax, and you'll be guided by Vipin Jaiswal, who is our tax and legal expert, in-house tax and legal expert, and he'll walk you through step by step in terms of how you can file your returns and take you through the entire journey. And followed by that, we'll have a Q&A wherein you can ask questions. So over to you, Vipin. Okay, just give us a moment. This should be fine. So are you able to see my screen right now? Able to see? Okay. Okay, so let's get started with the video, and Vipin will take you through the video as well. So over to you, Vipin.
Thank you, Abid. Very good morning to all of you. First, I'll just pause for a minute. I'll talk about some of the topics. So, tax filing for traders is really difficult. Now, people don't understand what is the difference between speculation and non-speculation. Whether it has to be treated as a business income or it has to be treated as a capital gain. Some either way treat it as a other sources. So we at ClearTax we strive to make tax filing easier, and it is a very difficult topic. We would be presuming certain assumptions that STT we are not considering it in case of long-term capital gain. Certain other assumptions also. So we'll try to cover most of the things in our video. In case any other questions are there, we'll separately dealt it out in the after session. So we'll start the video. In case you have any query, just hold for a second. We'll ask the
Yeah, I think
question.
there's a chat window. I think you can type in your questions and we'll take it up post this video.
Yeah. Okay. So once you come to ClearTax, you have to simply create a login ID, and that is very simple to create a login ID. Anybody can create it using your personal email ID. I would suggest you use your personal email ID instead of a corporate email ID. In case you have to change it, your data would be saved over here. So I'm just logging in using Arvind Shastri's mail ID. Okay, I'll just key in the password. And here you comes to the main screen. Here you have two options. One is to upload form 16 and continue without form 16. As we know that actually I have a salary and I have a form 16. I have already worked on it. So I'll skip the form 16 part and continue without a form 16.
There seems to be some video of quality we're trying to.
Okay, so I'll just first key in the personal informations. As you know that Vivek Vaid is a dummy trader. These all information are dummy information. So I'm just entering the information over it that are mandatory information required for filing income tax returns. They are simply name, PAN, date of birth, father's name. Once you enter the details, you have to click on save. Next, the screen over here is you have to enter your address. Make sure you enter your permanent address over here, because all notices and communications will be delivered to this address only. Okay. And the email ID and phone number which you have entered over here, make sure you enter whatever is your permanent, and the email ID should be personal email ID. The ITRV will be mailed on this email ID, and all the notices, communication from income tax department will be mailed on this specific mail ID only. So you can see that I am entering the salary details. As I have a form 16, I am not uploading it. I am manually entering it. I simply enter the income chargeable under the head salary. Then I have the TAN of the employer. After the TAN, I have to enter the salary detail, TDS deducted from salary. It is simply mentioned in your form 16. Credit of tax deducted, then it's mandatory for you to enter the TAN details. After that, there is you simply enter the address informations. Then we skip to the next other informations. There are simply details of interest from saving bank account, and in case you have earned some dividend from your shares, you should enter over here. One point I want to highlight is dividend only from Indian company is exempt. So you have to enter from Indian company. In case you are holding any foreign shares, that is a taxable income. You have to click on save. In case you have a house property, you have to put the details over here. Loss from house property. I'll skip this part and come directly to capital gains. As you can see, I've entered all the detail of salary. Then I'm coming to capital gain. Before this, I want to highlight something about Zerodha. So Zerodha has made a statement, summary statement, capital gain statement that is mentioned that will be visible in your login account. You can simply download it for your whole year. So what Zerodha has done is they have compiled all the information from your contract note and created a summary for you. So I'll just cross check the figures over here for you for your personal, and you'll find out that whatever their calculation is, that is as per the income tax. There are some changes also required in the report, but we'll figure it out afterwards. But still, we'll follow the same report. As you can see over here, there is long-term trades, short-term trades. So I'm over here verifying the amount of turnover. As you can see, there is a short-term trade and capital gain is applicable on it. So I need to put in the information of total sale value and total purchase value. And I have incurred a loss in case of short-term capital gain. I'll come to ClearTax capital gain. Over here, enter the detail of shares under listed security. As I don't have the exact dates of, so what I'll do is I'll over the period of time I'll take the last date and the first date. Even though you take whatever date, the treatment would be same. So I'll take the last date and first date over here for my example, and make sure you select listed securities only. I'll enter the description as I have a lot of shares. So what I'll do is I'll enter sale of shares, cash market, and just for my ease, I'll write STT paid. In case assessing officer would require this information in future, you can simply produce this. Whatever is the total of sale value, I'll put in the sale price. Transfer expenses, for the time being, I'm ignoring it. I'll deal it separately afterwards. Then the total of purchase price. Make sure you enter the details of check the detail of STT. because that is very much important for you. You can see over here that information in relation to shares have been entered. Now we move to business and profession. There are two views over here. One is for advanced view and other is for uh, normal do-it-yourself view. So what I'll do is I'll switch over to advanced view as I have to make the profit and loss account balance sheet. First is you have to enter the nature of business over here. So nature of business would be selected trading as others. And I would be writing, if you are doing in the name of firm, then you write the name of firm. Otherwise, I'll write my personal name over here. Then I'll come back to the main page, select the balance sheet and profit and loss account. So whatever profits are there, I'll enter in the credit side of profit and loss account, and losses are there, I'll enter in debit side of profit and loss account. I won't be entering the detail of whole turnover over here. As entering it, the whole detail, the total turnover would be very much less, and you might end up getting a notice from income tax department. For example, in case of futures, you are doing trade. The lot size is very much, but actual the profit or loss is 200 or 300 rupees, and you write the whole sales turnover detail and correspondingly purchase detail. You end up only earning 200 or 300 rupees. And if you enter in sale of goods or sale of services, then the total sales turnover would be very much high. So what we'll do is I have found out another way to deal this information, and I'll write all the profits in credit side of profit and loss account and losses in debit side of profit and loss account. And as we have to report the turnover also, so we'll mention it by way of note in the ITR form, the total turnover. And moreover, we'll also specify whether we have treated it as a speculative activity or as a non-speculative activity. So over here you can see whatever is the loss from intraday, and this is a speculative activity. So I've mentioned the turnover. The turnover details are the same which are mentioned in the Zerodha sheet. As I've shown you, the turnover which has been calculated by Zerodha is correct. So we can take the same information over here and put the total loss information over here. The loss is 312 rupees. Okay, 330 round figure. Next, we are coming to the other sheet, future and options. Okay, over here also you can see that all the information has been calculated separately by Zerodha. So we'll simply, whatever is the loss in futures, we'll put it over here. And as futures is a non-speculative activity, as per section 43.5, we'll mention non-speculative over here, and also mention the turnover over here. Then we'll cover the options amount. As there is a loss from speculation, we'll write it as specific item, loss from options. Over here also you can see that I have not taken the expenses. I'll treat the expenses separately afterwards. Then we come to the next segment, currencies. We have to write the information same way in the ITR form. As we have a loss from currency futures, we have to write loss from currency futures. A point to be noted over here is, as there is no specific field available for these all items, that is why we are claiming it as an other expenses. It is technically not another expense, but still, as no other field is available in the ITR form, we have to report it only in such this way only. Now we have profits from options. So we come to credit side of profit and loss account, but make sure you save the data before. We come to credits to profit and loss account. We can write in other operating revenues, but I'll choose for other incomes. There is a specific tab for that, and over there I will write profits from currency options. And as it is a non-speculative activity, I'll write it down non-speculative activity. The turnover is rupees 2,16,035 rupees. And whatever is the profit and loss account, profit, I'll mention it over here. Now all the information, whatever transaction I have done, I have incorporated that in my ITR form. Now there are some unrealized profit. As the amount is very minimal, I'll claim this in this year only. I'll not carry forward it to next year. I'll come to credits to profit and loss account. Profit from commodity. It is a non-speculative activity. I'll just copy the turnover. Some user might be having question why you're not taking the, but there is only one item difference. We can ignore it for some time. We click on save. Then there are some other charges levied by Zerodha or some of the brokerages. Then you have open option position that we have separately dealt over here. This covers most of the information. Now we come to the expenses part. As you can see, we have brokerage turnover charges. I'll just consolidate all the expenses from all the sheets into one sheet. So this is from futures. I'll simply copy paste. Then next is currency. Now you have sum of all the charges. I'll incorporate this information in the income tax return. If any specific field is available, I'll use that specific field. Otherwise, I'll put it down in under other expenses as a separate line item. As you can see, there's no option for brokerage, and we don't have information over here. I'll simply put it down over here. the total brokerage expense. I'll simply copy paste. I'll use this plus sign to increase the rows as I have separate line item. Then we have turnover charges. As STT, there is a specific line item available, so we'll use that item. Any other dates? Then we come to service tax. Service tax also there is a specific line item available. Stamp duty we don't have any. We'll put it out over here. Then comes SEBI charges. As you can see, I have listed down all the expenses over here. Now there are some other expenses also. I'll simply sum all the expenses. These are the total other charges levied. So, as a separate line item, other incidental charges, I'll put the total of all the expenses. So you can see that I have incorporated all the information, profits, loss, brokerage, other charges over here. Now, if you have any other expenses also that are in relation to, I repeat, that are in relation to your trading activity, then only you can claim. As per Section 37 says of Income Tax Act, if any expenses that is directly relatable to your business, then only you can claim. If you are using a house and the same house is used for residential purpose also and business purpose also, so you can proportionately claim your rent, your maintenance expenses, your electricity bill, housekeeping bill, that you can claim. Then you are using your laptop, internet, depreciation, you can claim simply that. But for each purpose, I would suggest you on case per case basis, it differs. I'm putting out some information and expenses over here that Vivek Vad has. One more thing I would like to emphasize is whatever expenses you are claiming, make sure there is a debit in your bank account or a cash withdrawal in your from your bank account. For example, if you are claiming over here, as I have claimed 24,000, but in the whole year there was a only debit of 10,000 rupees. So that would create a suspicion in the mind of assessing officer in case your case is selected for scrutiny. So make sure that whatever expenses you are claiming over here, there should be a debit in your bank statement or equivalent amount of cash withdrawal. If the payment has been made in cash, the equivalent amount of cash withdrawal should be there. Over here, I have claimed conveyance expenses, telephone expenses, and conferences that are relatable to my business. In case you have done any audit, then you have to claim the audit fees also. I'll simply save everything. Now, till last year, if you fill your profit and loss account and submit the income tax return, income tax department was not issuing notices. Now this year they have been very much clever, so they have correctly implemented section 44AA. If you read with section 139(9), it simply says that in case you are putting the information in profit and loss account, you have to put information in of balance sheet also. So most of the user don't know how to figure out the details to be put in balance sheet. So what I'll do is I'll put all the assets information over here, whatever I have. Then whatever is the total balance, I'll put the same amount in the capital amount. So as you can see over here, I have entered the gross block over here, depreciation over here, the investments which I have right now, then cash and bank balances. In case you are facing any issue with preparation of balance sheet, I would suggest you take the help of an expert in preparation of balance sheet, because from this year onwards, department will be carefully monitoring your balance sheets. As you can see, I have total application of funds of 7 lakh rupees. So as you can see, my net worth is 7 lakh rupees. I'll put the same amount in capital. So I have completed all the information over here, but as these all information relates to non-speculative business, I have entered some speculative business also over here. So I have to exclude the same from this through Schedule BP. So what we have done is on ClearTax, we have created a specific tab for speculative income. You can see over here, loss from intraday is here. I'll exclude this amount. So over here, if you have a profit, you have to put in a plus sign. If you have a loss, just put in negative, and whatever is the total amount, just put it over here. After this, any other deductions are there, you just claim it. But just click on save. Now, as you can see, I have put in all the information over here. In case you have got your books of accounts audited, you have to enter the information of auditor also. In case depreciation you have to claim as per Income Tax Act, you have to put the detail of depreciation also. So I will put the detail of audit information. As most of the cases you will be auditing, you have to check all the figures, all the radio buttons. You have to put the name of auditors. Right now I am putting my information. Whatever date is mentioned in the audit report, you have to mention the date of audit report over here. In most of the cases, these other sections would not be applicable to in your case, so you can skip this part and save it. Now this completes most of your return. All the information in relation to trading had been done. Then rest is as simple as that. As you have already entered, you know how to detail what all to be claimed in section 80C. You can simply look into your form 16 and key in the figures over here. After that, in case you have gone through a medical checkup, you just put the information over here, or you have health insurance, whatever is the amount, you just put it over here. There are certain other deductions also. If these are eligible to you, I would suggest you to claim it. ATD and ATU in case you have disabilities. Then we have to put information in relation to TDS other than salaries. So you can see your form 26AS also. You can populate that information from here. You can directly import also in case you're having the income tax password. But right now I am having it in my paper, so I'll put key in the information over here. You must be noticing if you have interest income, then bank will be deducting TDS from. So that information is present in your form 26 years. You just put the information over here. That is also a tax credit available to you. Make sure the total tax deducted and tax claimed is same. As you can see, I have claimed 1000 rupees. In case any other information is applicable in your account, I would suggest you to put in the information. In case any advance tax or self-assessment tax has been paid, please put in over there. Now, as from 2015 onwards, we have to mention the detail of bank accounts, and I would suggest you to put information of all the bank account. Right now, I am having only one bank account, so I'll put information of one bank account only. You have the option to search, look up over here, but as I know the information, I'll skip this if you don't know the IFSC code. Sorry. Most of the cases you would be having saving bank only. In case you have a current account, I would suggest you to select current account. Now you have completed your return over here. You can see Vivek is having a tax refund of 1,45,000. Information can be seen from two views. One is a summarized view and other is the detailed view. Summarized view is available in Word report. You can simply see whatever information has been entered by us that has been populated over here. And it's a summary of your tax return. In case you want to see the detailed summary, you can simply go into the PDF that will open your whole detailed tax return. As you can see, Vivek Plath is having total income. This is a tax summary. He is having income from salary, house property, business and profession, and in which includes the speculative that we have excluded and other sources. In capital gain also he has a loss. So as you can see over here, we have put in all the information. Deductions information is also available here. I would suggest you to, before submitting the return, carefully review this information, whatever is there. Because once you have submitted the tax return, in case any information is incorrect, you have to revise it if it is filed within due dates. In case it is filed after due dates, you don't have the option to revise. These are detail of short-term capital gains, what we have entered. So generally, during the course of assessment, department officer asks for this summary report only. They don't ask for income tax return because that information is already available to them. We'll proceed to e-filing. Before e-filing, as Clear Tax, we maintain safety and security and all the validation. So as in case of audit, other information is mandatory and most of the information over here is not applicable to me. So I'll simply skip it. Click on save. I'll come to tax filing. Then we'll proceed to e-filing. We have enabled this security feature also from this year. So you need to just verify your credentials before submitting the return. We'll ask for an OTP over here. Once you key in the OTP, we'll process you the last step. And over there, you can download the XML file. And after that, you have to sign it using a digital signature as your case is for audited. And then onward submit it to income tax department. As you can see, I have keyed the OTP. Then I'm directed to the last page. Moreover, in case you have a PFX files also, you can simply put in the PFX file and the password of the PFX file. We'll submit it directly to the income tax department. Otherwise, an XML will be downloaded. Once you click on e-file my income tax return, a final XML will be there. And that information, you have to sign that XML and send it to the income tax department. I have completed most of the things covered in traders. In case you have any questions, you can just let me know.
Yeah, so here we come to the end of the demo itself. So Vipin has, gone through the details of how a trader can actually file the income tax returns step by step. And just before we wrap up, some concluding remarks which I would like to share. Um, um, so, um, are you able to see my screen?
Sure.
Okay, just give me a moment.